Welcome back to the channel. March 1st, about 9:30 a.m. and it's snowing again. What do you know? Got about 2 inches, 2.5 inches overnight, and they're talking another 5 to 8 today. So we got to load our second load for the week to head into the sale barn and then see what happens from there. On a side note, this is one expensive automatic door opener. It is windy. Got the load loaded. We're ready for some ice road trucking. Bluetooth straps are on. We're heading out. This is third cut we're on out of the barn. So there is a lot of nice color and leaf in there, and cameras never pick up how good hay looks, but nice looking load here. Well guys, it's the next day after filming. Actually it's Friday, so 2 days after we brought that load to the sale barn. The hay is still selling pretty good. About average, I'd say. We're not in high price hay or anything like that market wise, but average is fair. Anyways, we're cleaning up the shop, getting ready for my daughter's birthday party again. And it's just nice to be able to have at least a party once a year in the shop. It gets everything cleaned up and ready for the year. Get the shop all cleaned up, gives you a reason to get rid of everything you're collecting, and start the year fresh with a clean shop. Just getting cleaned up. The yard cleaned up from more snow. It's been a heck of a winter. Minnesota, good old-fashioned Minnesota winter. Got a lot of miles on the sled. I think pushing 1,350 miles on for the year. And kind of hoping. They're talking between 2 storms, another 10 inches or so this week, so hoping for a couple more good weeks of riding, and then hopefully everything can melt off and we can have a good calving season and on to spring planting. These girls are doing really good. Nobody's really starting to bag up. We're probably, I don't know, minimum 3 weeks away from calving. So we're sitting pretty good there. They are on, now that the corn silage is gone. Actually, I don't think I've done a video since the silage is out. Silage was out last day of February. So I was exactly right on that too. 1 month of silage for the cows. And they're on a strict diet of dry alfalfa and alfalfa baleage. You know, it's at that time of year where we're staying below freezing, but the sun is so dang strong that starts melting even when the temperature's below freezing. The sun's strong enough to start melting. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna talk about something I seen on YouTube the other night. It's from a big channel, and I'm getting very tired of it. I think us farmers are account up for what, under 2% of the population. So we should really just have each other's back. If your operation runs off or thrives on down talking the rest of agriculture, you might want to rethink your whole plan, and telling your subscribers when they donate and stuff that it covers a bale of hay. Well, to me, that shows you couldn't run your operation without YouTube. So just remember, it takes all of us to make the world go around. I do believe in the regenerative ag, and it's got its spots, and organic and all that. Everything's got its spots. But don't think for once that we could feed the world off of your way of farming or that way of farming. You think food's high enough in the grocery stores right now? If we all went to that, for one, there wouldn't be enough food, and it would be 4 times the price. So I think us farmers need to do better. We need to have each other's backs instead of trying downplay other places of agriculture to make yours sound better. I don't know. I don't have the words for this, guys, but it's just irritating. I'm not a big cattle operation whatsoever, so it really doesn't it doesn't bother me. It is what it is. But as far as trying to go all pasture, if we got rid of all the feedlots and these 10,000-20,000 head feedlots, do you realize how many farmers would have to go back to pasture animals? And I don't think it's right. There's a lot of farmers that don't want to raise cattle. Do they have to? Not at all. So, in agriculture, you got to remember that what works for one operation is not going to work for another. And a lot of people say it's cheaper to let the cow harvest its own food. Not in all cases. Some cases, it's more economical to bring the feed to the cow. But if you guys think we're gonna feed the world on a bunch of steers out on pasture, that ain't gonna happen. 2% of the people cannot raise the food for the world in that situation. So like I said, I'm just a small guy. None of this matters to me as far as financials with cattle. We have cattle just because we love cattle, and it gives our kids, our daughter, single daughter right now, but we plan on having more, gives our kids something to do. In general, if you're going to argue about cattle, if you figure out everything you got into them, I don't care how you raise them. If you got them on pasture or confined, it's tight margins anyways. So there's not a ton of money. Well, just like anything in farming, there's not a ton of money in anything on small scale. So it's all to scale. And this whole diversity thing, you got to be diverse. I'm really starting to question it. I think in today's agriculture, I think you're better off on focusing on one thing that you do good and knock it out of the park. Just keep repeating one thing. You're gonna have down years, you're gonna have good years, but that's just with anything. So being diverse, if you're smaller in everything, you're gonna have ups and downs anyways. So, and sometimes it's a whole lot more work for less money in the end if you were just to focus on what you're good at. But it really bugs the heck out of me to say your way of raising cattle is the only good way, and to say that to go to the level of saying that you don't use antibiotics unless your cattle are sick, so they're healthier and the meat is healthier than anyone else. Do you think these feedlots are just pumping their animals full of antibiotic even if they're not sick? I doubt it. It's all about margins. Why would you put more money into that animal to make less money? I mean, it's just stupid. Anybody that uses antibiotics, the only reason they use it is because they got sick cattle. So, I mean, it just, the way that these big YouTube channels are displaying agriculture is just ridiculous. Yes, there are some phenomenal big channels, but a lot of these guys are just are farming on YouTube money, and that's not the case. Not everybody can work that way. And this direct market stuff is awesome and it works, but you can't scale it. And these guys are going to use these YouTube channels to scale their direct marketing. And you're saying that's the way to the farming of the future. Well, not everybody has hundreds and hundreds of thousands of subscribers that are going to buy meat just because your name's on it, and you don't use antibiotics unless your animals are sick. I mean, it's a bunch of garbage, guys. We need to do better than this. We're a small percentage of this population that's feeding this world. So don't be stabbing other farmers in the backs just to make your operation look better. Let's hold hands, join forces, and show the rest of the population that every farming aspect, every operation is here to benefit each other and providing food, fuel, and fiber for all God's people. So just because you don't believe in another side of agriculture doesn't mean that's wrong. And I've said it before, what works for one farm is not going to work for another. And I mean that. We all can't farm one way. It wouldn't work. So on that, I believe that's a text message from my dad. I'm sure he's going to want to put some more miles on the sled. So we are going to go enjoy this awesome Minnesota winter that we're having. And on a side note, thank you guys for 1,000 subscribers. We're almost to 1,100. So let's keep this channel growing. Calves are going to start hitting the ground. Things are going to pick up. We'll get interesting, guys. But in the meantime, I'm going to do some beginning farmer, first generation farmer advice videos and all that kind of stuff. What do you guys want to see? What questions? Or in general, do you guys have questions of our operation? I will do a question and answer video or something like that. Maybe even consider doing a live stream if enough of you guys would watch. Keep it interesting. So we will end it at that. This video was all over the place, kind of a rant. I don't typically rant like this, but it's just getting under my skin how people think they're better than other people. We're all at the same level. We're all doing what we're doing. And that's it. Leave it at that. Please like, comment, subscribe, follow along for more, and we will talk at you later.